Sophia has grown so much. She has truly stepped into her own in athletics and academics, becoming her best in the gym and in the classroom. And she really knows how to set goals to keep her motivated on the hard days, which helps give the team perspective. You can't recognize the good days without pushing through those hard days.
Yeah, she knows that. Some life lessons in there, Janae. I like it. And Sophia, a junior, and she has learned a lot from those who have come before her, like Jade Carey, who graduated last year, and like 5 seniors celebrating Senior Day today here at Oregon State. All of them have had good contributions to this program over the years.
Yes, what I love about this diverse senior class is that they each exemplify leadership in all forms, and it's amazing that we get to celebrate them tonight.
It is. Jennifer McMillan, unable to go all year because of an injury. She may be back next year, still celebrating Senior Day today. Lauren Letch celebrated it last year, and she got to come back, so she'll be celebrating her Senior Day for the 2nd consecutive year. The Beavs and Denver should be a ton of fun. The best athletes in college sports, gymnasts, and we get to watch them right now. A couple of weeks ago in their last home meet, Oregon State had a season-high 197-25 against Stanford. They're looking for another strong home meet in this one. And they take on the Denver Pioneers. Oregon State, led by Tanya Chaplin, led her team to regionals every year, to nationals 13 times in 28 years. 7 years ago, they had their best ever finish at nationals under Chaplin when they were 6th. She is in her 29th year. Melissa Kutcher-Reinhardt, a rookie, relatively, in her 28th season. Like Tanya Chaplin, one of the enduring pillars of college gymnastics. She's led the Pioneers to 26 straight NCAA regional appearances. They've had a top 25 season every year since her arrival, with 6 top 10 finishes. And 7 years ago, they finished 4th in the country. Denver last week, they had a 197.075. That was just 5 days ago at home against Air Force. That despite having to count a 9.475 on beam.
Yes, and the floor has been their strongest event all season, and that just kind of shows what their potential is. If they can count a low score like that and still hit a really good all-around score, we should be in for a treat.
Yes, we should. Denver 23rd in the country, 2nd in the Big 12. Utah, number 1 in the Big 12. They're 196.959. Has them ranked 1 in the Big 12 and 12th in the country. A lot of former Pac-12 schools in there. And Denver will begin things on bars. And Oregon State will start on vault. Beavs last year finished 14th in the country. Denver finished 23rd. The Beavs will start things off as they usually do with Kiana Crabb. Her start value 9.95. She's led off the Beaver lineup, in fact, every week with a high of 9.875 in week 3. Past 4 meets, she's had 3 consecutive 9.725s. Then last week at Utah State, 9.675, seeking a bit of a bounce back.
Yurchenko full. She gets really good distance.
Okay.
And she found that landing. That was a great start. She pikes down a little bit, and there may be a little deduction for the low bend in the knees.
But that should be better than the last 4 weeks with a high of 9.725 in that span, huh?
Yes, absolutely. And the sticky feet really adds to that benefit.
Oh, high 10s all around for Kiana Crabb and her teammates. Starts off the Oregon State vault rotation very nicely. Last week they had a count at 9.575 and a 9.675, so looking for some improvement. The bars line up for the Denver Pioneers. They are ranked 23rd in the country on bars. Caitlin Castle will start things off, a freshman from Dallas. Missed most of last year with an injury. Has only competed bars this year, though she's exhibition beam floor. Routinely hit 9.8 earlier this year, but hasn't hit 9.8 each of the past 3 meets, just missing each time.
She has very clean lines on this event. She's going to start with a toe shoot into a Maloney, directly back down to the low bar. Beautiful job.
Been leading off each time since week 5, and that's a skill in and of itself. Hangs on.
Yeah, great save right there. She's struggling with the rhythm a little bit in that full pirouette, but again, that's a really good fight and really sets the tone for the rest of the lineup.
Yeah, I love how she was able to hold on the one handstand, and then she finds the landing.
Yes, this is the handstand right before, and she just has to yeet her shoulders back over so she doesn't go over the bar. And again, that kind of messed with her momentum a little bit to have a good rhythm in that full pirouette, but great fight, great job.
9.825 for Kiana Crabb. And so indeed, better than the past 4 weeks. That was a half a tenth off her career high. And now Reyna Marshall has been in the vault lineup the last 8 weeks, each of the last 4 posting or matching her career high.
Another Yurchenko full. She was really far back on the table, so she wasn't able to get the block she needed off the horse to get her rotation fully around, so she did have to land a little crunched. I hope her ankles are okay. We'll get another look right here.
She was hoping to crack 9.8 for the first time. This isn't going to get there.
Yeah, you see that it was her right hand. Fully didn't extend all the way through, but luckily she had enough momentum to safely complete the skill all the way through and land to her feet.
Up next, Madison Reidenbach, awaiting the score on Caitlin Castle. Reidenbach, we'll see her in the all-around today. The only Pioneer expected to do the all-around in this one. 9.725 for Caitlin Castle. Now Reidenbach has been in all but 1 bars lineup this year. Each of the past 2 weeks, she's posted a career high 9.8.
Unique start to her routine. She's going to hop to front grip into her straddle Jaeger. And I love how she actively works throughout her routine, making sure to hit those handstands, because the handstand positions on the uneven bars are very important. Exactly what the judges are looking for. All she has is this dismount, double A out, and finds that landing. Beautifully done.
Reidenbach off to a good start. We'll see her in all the other rotations as well.
Yeah, that's a hop to front grip. Kind of difficult to learn. I remember learning that skill, and it's kind of scary, but once you get it in there, it's a really easy transition to get into a front flipping skill.
Here is our first look at Savannah Miller. After Reyna Marshall, Miller going 3rd in the lineup. Struggled last week to a 9.575. Twice this year, she's carded the season and career high 9.8.
She's a very unique vault. Is Yurchenko full twist onto the table, tuck out. Much better job this time. It's a very intricate vault to do, and she does it very well. Let's take another look. Look at the full twist on. She isn't really able to fully extend her arms to get a good block off the table.
She wanted more distance off the table, didn't she?
Yeah, absolutely, because you see she kind of crumbles a little bit, but again, she has enough rotation, and then she just had to take that step, but hey. Really
That Natalie Jess gentleman, I understand, is Ellie Weaver's father. We'll see Ellie later on. He's bringing it, isn't he? More ways than one. Talk about being a fan with your hair on fire. And Kylie Rourke taking care of a little bit of groundskeeping before she begins. It was a 9.8 for Madison Reidenbach, matching her career high. And now Kylie Rourke. Rourke last week had a 9.95, a quarter of a tenth off her career high. Senior from Charlotte in Southeastern Gymnastics. Double major in psychology and kinesiology.
She has great form, beautiful extension on the uneven bars. And look at that toe point on that straddle Jaeger. Maybe a little shy on that cast handstand right before her bail.
Love how she talked to herself before she went. A little positive message.
There was no question on that last cast handstand before a dismount, and she held on to it.
You can see how she came up with a career high 9.975. Good lines.
Just love that extension. It's like her knees hyperextend. And the last look at that double layout, and she held on to it. Maybe the judges will take a little bit for the chest movement down, but she held on to that stick, and that's important.
Yes, it is. Olivia Buckner next for Oregon State after the 9.7 by Savannah Miller. Last 3 weeks for Buckner on vault, 9.85, 9.9, 9.875. Has been doing a 1.5 with a 10.0 start value. Jade Carey in the background along with Tanya Chaplin.
Beautifully done. I love that she has upgraded her vault. Great form, great block off the table. Actively works throughout the twist. It's dynamic. Really nice. Yeah, great pop off the table. She keeps that extended position, that straight body position throughout the twist. Exactly what the judges are looking for. That's going to be a great score.
Yes, it is. That was good distance for Buckner. Shyla Bhatia going to go next after the 9.825 by Kylie Rourke. And now Bhatia, the freshman from Gilbertsville, PA, in Sylvia's Gymnastics. Has been 9.8 or better in 6 of 10 previous routines with a high of 9.875 on February 14th.
Another great bar swinger. She's going to do the toe shoot to a Maloney, back down to the low bar, like we've seen from her teammates. Great job hitting that handstand and that half pirouette. Gonna hit that last one. Beautifully done. She just has her double layout. Gotta find the landing, and they have some sticky feet.
Yes, they do. Her career high, 9.875. Will it approach or surpass that? Shyla Bhatia. College Gym News said their top recruit, 5 stars.
Yeah, we're in for a treat when they head to vault, because she has a great 1.5 like we just saw from Olivia.
Looking forward to that next rotation. 9.875 for Olivia Buckner. That's her 4th straight score of 9.85 or better. And now re-entering the lineup, Cameron Richardson. Hasn't performed after being hurt in warm-ups a couple of weeks ago. 4 straight 9.775s. The best is a 9.85 from week 1. Will she use her 1.5 with a 10.0 start value?
She did hit it in warm-ups. And she hit it again. Beautifully done. Just that step forward, but again, you want that over rotation instead of under rotation when it comes to landing deductions. brings a lot of power to this event. Look at that block off the horse. Again, actively working throughout the twist. And she tries her best to prepare for that landing. She did have to take that step forward, but again, her vaults are looking much better.
And it's just great to have her back in the lineup. It was 9.85 for Shyla Bhatia. That's a 1/4 of a tenth off of her career high. And now Mila Brush, the senior from Cincinnati.
This is actually her first year in the bar lineup as a senior. Very inspiring, and you wouldn't know because she has such beautiful lines. She's very fluid, very clean.
Career high 9.9 on Monday.
A little bit shy on that last cast handstand before this double layout. It just had a tiny hop forward, but again, great bar worker, and I just can't get over that this is her first year in this lineup.
Indeed. Probably not the 9.9 she had on Monday, but good routine nonetheless for Mila. And now here is Sofia Esposito. Beavers wanted to put a red line through the 9.575. Esposito last week a 9.85 after a career high 9.95 a couple of weeks ago. That was perfect for her. Yurchenko full with a 9.95 start value.
Out of power distance, she gets a great block off the table. Lots of height. And you see how she was holding on to the back of her heels to make sure she didn't take that step back, and she held on to that landing.
Where was the deduction, Janae?
That was beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Just look at this block off the table. She gets so much height. And she had a slight scooch back. You could see her toes were lifting up a little bit off the mat. She was trying to keep her center of balance. And she made sure to salute the judges before a possible step could have happened. But that was beautiful.
Yes. Love how she held on there at the end. That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm. That's why she's in the anchor spot.
Yes, it is. And now Cecilia Cooley, the anchor, after the 9.8 by Mila Brush. And now Cecilia Cooley. We'll also see her on beam and floor. Been in every bars lineup this year and last. Suffered a fall in week 1, but she's hit every routine since.
Yeah, Cece is a spectacular bar worker. Look at that ray way above the bar.
Way
Beautiful
above.
release. Made sure to hit that handstand. She just got her double layout. She tried to hold on to it. A little bit of under rotation. She had to take a little scooch forward, but again, great routine. And that's the hit routine that they're looking for. Lots of speed on those giants too. Yeah, she had to bring her chest down a little bit because she was a bit under rotated, but so good.
An exhibition for Katie Rude. After the 9.9 for Sofia Esposito, half a tenth off of perfect with her 9.95 start value. She does an ILG. This is important for her to land it.
I love this vault. It's so unique. She had a bit of over rotation, had to take that step forward. She just got to open up to prepare for that landing a bit. But again, from the beginning of season, that vault has improved so much.
Sky's the limit for her. All about confidence and hoping to get in the lineup for the postseason. And now, Savannah Kasparian, freshman from Los Angeles. After the 9.875 in the anchor slot for Cecilia Cooley, a half a tenth off of her career high. Here's an exhibition routine for Kasparian. Exhibition 4 times, but competed just once here in her freshman season.
Very solid bar worker. Beautiful pack salto down to the low bar.
She was 5th on bars at last year's level 10 nationals.
Full pirouette into a double tuck. See if she can find that landing. She had to take a scooch and that little step. But again, another great routine.
So Oregon State, and by the way, for Cameron Richardson, the 9.85 in the 5 slot matched her career high. Sofia Esposito I thought she would have scored better than at 9.9. Again, 9.95 start value for her. They were able to put the red line through Raina Marshall's 9.575. Better vault rotation for Oregon State, and the 49.15 is exactly the score of Denver in their bars rotation. And so we're tied to one rotation. Denver came in ranked 23rd in the country. National qualifying score 196.35. The Beavers 25th, 196.003. And the Beavers will be heading to bars where they're 25th in the country, and the Pioneers to vault where they are 22nd. And their scores on vault have gone up each of the last 3 meets. It's a kind of meet that could come down to the final couple of routines.
Yes, coming down to the wire. That's why we love sports. It's exciting.
Yes, it is. Abby Steele, one more exhibition routine on bars, a freshman from Modesto, California. Graduated from high school a year early to join the team this year. This is the 4th time she's exhibition on bars.
This is an athlete that works really hard, making sure she's taking advantage of every opportunity she gets to be ready to put in lineup consistently in this exhibition spot.
So Abby Steele, we'll see her in the beam lineup. And we're joined by Tanya Chaplin, the head coach of the Oregon State Beavers. And Tanya, I know that you were looking for kind of a bounce back after what had happened last week on vault, and you got that. How impressed were you after with your team in that rotation?
Yeah, they've been working hard at coming in on those landings, and you know, each one was better and stronger. You know, and I was proud of Raina too to keep fighting all the way to the end, because she came on the table pretty crunched and still fought it to get it to her feet. So, and then they kept plugging along the back half of the lineup. So they did a great job. Kiana Kiki started us off with a great stick, and so I think that just kind of started the ball rolling.
You were talking about how it all boils down to technique when it comes to hitting those landings. What technique are you going to focus on moving into bars?
Well, I think it's, you know, it's breathing and really pressing into those landings, and then all the way up to your hold finish. You know, not just thinking about the stick and that's it. You know, it's all the way till the finish, and keeping focused and being intentional all the way through.
Tanya, I'm so impressed with your continuing passion for this sport. And you've told me in the past that for you it's about teaching and helping athletes on their journey and how to transition to the rest of their lives. You have 5 graduating seniors. Tell us about the contributions that they've made.
Oh, they've made an incredible impact on our program, and they fought through a lot of different adversities, especially as we're going through these transitions from the old Pac-12 to the new Pac-12, and they've stayed with us and worked hard all the way through that. So we're truly grateful for all that they've brought to Oregon State University.
And finally, goals for the next 3 weeks heading into the regional right here in Corvallis.
Yeah, it's just really focusing in on all the details, getting those landings, knowing where the handstands are on bars, knowing where the landings are on every other event, and just getting out there and going for it.
Every year, Tanya, your team gets better and better as the season goes along. Good luck the rest of this meet, and good luck in 3 weeks right here at Gill.
Thank you. Go Beavs.
All right, Tanya Chaplin, 29th year head coach of the Oregon State Beavers. Her team with a 49.15 in rotation 1. Denver likewise with a 49.15. And Denver's bars rotation, 9.875 for Cecilia Cooley. And that was half a tenth off of her career high. So they were able to put that red line through the 9.725 to start things. And we are tied after 1 rotation.
We love a good tie.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a perfect example of ironing, sharpening iron. You know, the gymnasts on the teams are going to make each other better, and even just with this healthy competition as well. So it'll be exciting.
Sophia Esposito, a 9.9. That's how she anchored the Oregon State vault rotation. And we're tied through 1. And upon further review, they have updated Denver's score to 49-2, so they lead by half a tenth heading into the second rotation. Again, if you're new to gymnastics, a quarter-point lead is like leading by a field goal in a football game. And so this one is very close indeed. They lead by just 0.05. Maybe a one-run lead through 2 innings in baseball. And so Denver will head to the vault. And that is their lineup. The anchor, Shaila Bhatia, has a 10-0 start value. Everybody else 9.95. And Amanda Hargraves is going to start things off there. Hargraves has led off every vault lineup this year. 9.725 on Monday. Master second lowest score this year. High of 98.75 came 13 days ago.
Yurchenko full. She has great body position in the air, but unfortunately didn't get a good enough block off the table, so she was under-rotated. There's going to be a landing deduction for her chest being down. Take another look here. Yeah, she just didn't have enough height and had to take that step forward, unfortunately, but they have a good lineup for the rest of the rotation.
And now Savannah Miller, who had a 9.7 on vault. Last week at Utah State, matched her career high with a 9.85 on bars. Been training all 4 events throughout her career. Though the first 3 years, she'd been only on floor. It's paying off here as a senior, as she's routinely in 3 lineups.
Very strong swinger. Great combination right there. The Maloney down to Pac Salto. She's very powerful giants before this dismount. Great job hitting that last pass handstands. Double layout and found that landing.
She's hit 9.85 a couple of times in her career. Is she going to beat that here?
Look at those giants. You see all the momentum and speed. She had sticky feet.
Yes, she did. A 9.5 for Amanda Hargraves. They certainly want to scratch that one out. 6 gymnasts go in each rotation. You drop the lowest score. Here's Savannah Kasparian.
Yurchenko full. Great pop off the table. Beautiful body position in the air. She keeps her body straight throughout the twist. She was ready for that landing. Great way to pick back the momentum. She just had a slight scooch back. That's maybe a half a tenth deduction on the landing.
Yeah,
that's going to be a great score.
Certainly be better than her 9.525 on Monday. And now here comes Francesca Casso celebrating senior day. Only time we'll see her today. She's a bar specialist. Last 2 meets, a 9.8 and a 9.85. 7 weeks ago had a career high tying 9.9. It's a big moment for her. Of course, she figures to be here again in 3 weeks during the regional, but her senior day bars performance.
Exquisite form. Look at her legs and toes. Beautiful Van Leeuwen. Up to the high bar. Full pirouette into double tuck. Open double tuck. She tried to hold on to that landing. You can see she fell back onto her heels there and had to take that step back.
But for the most part, finishing in style.
Absolutely, and she is a bar specialist, but she even after workout, she'll go to the trampoline and work on those dismounts just to get herself better.
9.825 for Kasparian, and now Reidenbach, who had a 9.8 on bars. Vault averaging just above a 9.8, a high of 9.875 came 8 days ago.
She gets really good distance on this Yurchenko full.
Nailed it.
And she nailed it. That was the perfect way to describe it. Great body position in the air as well. And she's been needing more pop off the horse, but she got it today. And you can see that was a perfect angle. We're getting another look here. Look how she keeps her body straight throughout. She flares, opens her hips right before her feet touch the mat.
And now Taylor DeVries for Oregon State. DeVries has been battling a shoulder injury this year. Game time decision on bars today. And they're just 2 of the last 8 Beaver bars lineups. Most recently a couple of weeks ago here at Gill. Part of the 9-8-2-5 against Stanford.
Another gymnast that has stunning form, beautiful bar lines. Got to make sure to hit this last pass handstand. Double layout dismount coming up. Find that landing, and she does.
Love the fist pump from Michael Chaplin. Watch him in the background.
Fist bump loading.
9-8-7-5 for Madison Reidenbach. And now you see Addie Hewitt. Only time that we'll see her today. First 5 meets of the year. She exhibition 4 times, competed once. But she turned a corner a month ago. Each of the last 5 routines, 9-8 or better.
Beautifully done. Great form, good distance. Really good in the air. Even in warm-ups, you can just see how hard she's working to make sure she's getting that good pop off the table to hit the height and the distance that the judges are looking for.
A 9-9 for Taylor DeVries. Great to have her back in the lineup. It was 3/4 of a tenth better than a couple of weeks ago against Stanford, and that was pretty good. And now, Sophia Esposito. After the 9-9 on vault, re-entered the bars lineup the past 8 weeks for the first time in 2 years.
Huge release to start off the routine, directly connected into that bail. I just love how much height she gets above the bar. No questions on that last pass handstand, full pirouette into double tuck. She landed a bit low. You can see her quads were working extra hard to hold on to that landing, but she had to take that small hop to the side.
3 times in the last 8 weeks, she's carded a career high 9-9 on bars.
Look at that last pass handstand, beautifully done. She had a moment of pause there, so the judges can't question if she hit the vertical or not.
9-8-2-5 for Addie Hewitt. That's a 1/4 of a tenth off her high. Now Mila Brush, last year's Big 12 vault co-champ.
Yurchenko full, so much height. Great block off the table, just the slightest scooch back on the landing, but you know she's happy with that because again, she has the form, she has the height, the distance. And you can tell she was honing in on that landing, trying to make sure. And actually, she brings up her arms up a little bit too early, which keeps her momentum moving back. So if she can keep her arms more in front of her, that may take that hop out.
Cameron Richardson after the 9-8-5 for Sophia Esposito. Richardson had a 9-8-5 on vault, and her return to the lineup for the first time in a few weeks has not performed since being hurt in warm-ups a couple of weeks ago. The previous week in Texas had a 9-8-5 on bars, and 7 weeks ago career high 9-9-2-5. The freshman from Pearland, Texas.
Beautiful.
Love the height on that.
Hiked Jaeger, yes. She has a beautiful major release move right there. She missed vertical a little bit on that half pirouette on the low bar. Let's see if she hits this dismount, and she does.
Cameron Richardson, welcome back. Gets to raise the Dan stick.
Look at this, another look at that release. Look how much height she has. Dismount, she made sure to get those heels together. Beautifully done. I know they're happy to have her back for sure.
Her career high, 9.925. A 9.8 for Mila Brush. That's a 10th off her career high. And now Shyla Bhatia at a 9.85 on bars. 2023 level 10 vault national champ.
She was just short of perfection. The last meet, she stuck it the last meet and just had to take that step forward. But I love how phenomenal that 1.5 is. It's dynamic, she has great rotation. She got a 9.975 in the last meet, and she just had to take that step forward. But again, that may just be a 10th deduction on that step.
2 judges in these regular season meets, and they go by half a tenth. So 9.975 meant she got a perfect 10 from 1 judge. A 9.875 for Cameron Richardson. That's a half a tenth off her career high. I thought it might have even been higher than that. And now here's our first of 3 looks at Ellie Weaver, and Dad, Chad, is looking on as well. Ellie going to try to tune out Dad and his outfit and wig. A couple of weeks ago had a 9.925, a quarter of a tenth off her career high. Last week, a 9.8.
She has beautiful form, and I love that she hit that full pirouette in handstand. Again, hitting that vertical right before her bail. Her handstands are really locked into this routine. Let's see if she finds that landing, and she holds on to the landing, but there will be a bit of a deduction for the low chest that she does have to drop her chest to hold on to it, but that is going to be a great score. Everything else was perfect. It's just the landing. She was a little under rotated, had to drop that chest.
And
but Dad is
Dad
happy.
Says, boom. I love it. Way to go, Chad. And now Cecilia Cooley at a 9.875 on bars. Exhibitioning here on vault. We'll see her in the beam and floor lineups. She was in the first 7 vault lineups this year, hitting 9.8 or better twice.
Yeah, she's been training the all-around, always ready to come in. She had to make a face. She came into the mat a little bit low. Again, the landing was good, but she just had a low landing and her chest was down. Again, this is an exhibition, so it won't count to the team score, but a senior athlete that moves into that all-around position is just so impressive and really isn't a testament to her work ethic.
Going to see an exhibition routine here for Oregon State and Kaylee Cheek, who has had some struggles here in her freshman season. Kaylee has had 4 straight misses in the competitive lineup after a stretch that saw her get better each week. They've tried to exhibition her the last couple of weeks, but she keeps getting inserted in the lineup because others aren't available. Now here, exhibition routine, and an important one for Kaylee Cheek.
Very great swinger on this event. And what I love most is this combination she has to finish off the routine. She's going to do a toe shoot into a full pirouette. Great job finishing in that handstand, directly connected into that double tuck. I just love that routine.
There it is, Kaylee Cheek. She needed that one. Hugs all around. Set her up for the future.
Take another look at this combination. Very difficult. Toe shoot, full pirouette directly into that double tuck. A lot of the times you'll just see gymnasts do the 2 or 1 giant before, but she said, I want to spice it up a bit. We're going to make it a little more difficult.
And so 2 rotations down, 2 to go. Denver 49-2 on vault. Their high this year, 49.35, so that is 0.15 off their rotation that they had on Monday. 9.875 for Shyla Bhatia. Bhatia's career high on vault, 9.975. And Oregon State unofficially 49-275. You saw the 9.75 for Ellie Weaver. Thought it might have been maybe a quarter or half-tenth better than that, but she ends up with a 9.75, 49-275. And if those scores become official, that means the Beavers are ahead by just a quarter of a tenth through 2 rotations. So good work for Oregon State. They're 49-275. That's 0.15 off of their high, which was set 7 weeks ago. And we're joined by Michael Chaplin. And Michael, it's not often that when we start a coach interview, we start with the exhibition, but how important for that was it for Kaylee Cheek, was it for her to nail that after some struggles recently?
Oh, it was great. We know she's a dynamite bar worker. She's just had some inconsistencies with her toe full right before the dismount. Hits it in meets, but it was good to put her in kind of just the exhibition role there and get that under her belt. And that, you know, if that confidence keeps growing, that's another big score for us on bars.
Landings were definitely dialed in more on bars. How are you going to keep this momentum going into beam and floor?
Well, the good thing, I really think beam and floor are stronger events for us. And now it's just, you know, calm the nerves on beam, one thing at a time, relax, follow through and get to the dismount, and then bring all the energy to floor. It's our house. We got a great crowd. Band's fired up, so we just got to keep rolling, one routine at a time, basically.
We asked Tanya about the seniors and their contributions. I'll ask you as well. Always an emotional day on senior day, but you're going to say goodbye to 5 departing seniors. What have they meant to this program?
Oh, I can't say enough about them. Their dedication, their hard work, their experience. That's the kind of thing that we love to have here at Oregon State, and to see them go all the way through and have a special night tonight is what it's all about.
And from your perspective, with the regional coming up in 3 weeks, what's important for the Beavers?
Well, I think just kind of building our confidence as we go in. We have a little bit of time, a week off, while other people will have conference meet. We'll do some things in the gym to take care of business, and then we get to be back here in front of our home crowd for our regional championship. And we're super excited about that. Just one thing at a time, and go for it.
Hey, 2 rotations in. If the unofficial scores hold, a quarter of a tenth separates you in Denver. How much fun is this?
Oh, that's what it's all about. I know Denver's kind of where we're in the same boat with those guys. They're a great team, and I think we just all both finish up strong, and hopefully the Beavs will be a little bit ahead at the end.
Okay, congratulations on a great bars routine, a rotation, and good luck the last 2.
Thank you, guys. Go Beavs.
All right, that is Michael Chaplin. Beavers unofficially ahead by a quarter of a tenth. 98.425 to 98.4. We'll come back for the 3rd rotation. The Beavs will be on beam, and the Pioneers on floor. Rich Burke along with Janae Honest heading to the third rotation, and behind the man in the striped shirt, that is Katiana Kell, the former Katiana McMillan, with little Kinley, born 31 days ago, her third child. And Katiana was one of your contemporaries, Janae. And back in 2017, she was the Pac-12 Gymnast of the Year. That season against Utah, the entire meet came down to her final floor exercise. She needed a 9.9 to tie and a 9.925 to win. She got the 9.925. Oregon State walked it off through 2 rotations with 2 to go. We are that close. Something like that could happen again. Oregon State leads by just a quarter of a tenth, the smallest possible margin.
Just like Coach Mike said, it's just what it's all about. That's what makes it exciting, and I can't wait to see how Oregon State settles in and calms the nerves after all the excitement on the uneven bars.
Yeah, Heather last year stepped into the lineup in place of Jade Carey on the road and nailed her routine, and she's been in ever since. 9.8 last week, a couple of weeks ago at home, 9.875, a quarter of a tenth shy of her career high.
Beautiful front toss to swing down. Great connection right there.
At first she wasn't sure about leading off, but she's discovered that she loves it.
I remember we were talking to Coach Tanya about that, and it's always the leadoff or the anchor spot that tends to be, you know, a little daunting, but we love that pleasant surprise when you end up loving it, setting the tone for the rest of your team.
You're the 2016 Pac-12 Co-Bars champion. Did you, during your career, do both leadoff and anchor?
I was the leadoff on vault and bars, and then I moved into the middle spot. But it is nice to kind of get the routine over with. I preferred going in the front half.
And Mia Heather enjoying going early. She gets her routine out of the way, and it was a good one.
It was good indeed. She was very calm, confident up on the bounce beam. And it was a good cover on that wolf turn in the beginning, and watch how she nails this dismount.
And now Ashley Gallen. Our first look at her, we'll also see her on beam. The team's leadoff on floor in each meet, then between a 9.8 and 9.9 and 9 of 10 meets this year. So pretty consistent, the junior from Austin and Capital Gymnastics.
I'm very excited to see this floor lineup. This has been their strongest event of the season. They have the complete package: tumbling, landings, air awareness, leaps and jumps. They did a great job holding on to that landing. You want to make sure that front foot in the lunge doesn't move. Extra deduction.
Janae, I like vault and bars, but to me, this is when the meet really gets fun.
Yes, because you get to see the gymnast personalities come out. They get to have fun with it.
Again, the finance major had an internship with FTI Consulting last year.
Watch the amplitude she gets on this last pass. It rises. She's got a great smile. It beams throughout the whole Gill Coliseum.
Her first tumbling pass.
A beautiful double tuck to start off, and you see how that front heel lifts off a little bit. She had a little momentum, but she held it on. And beautiful last pass to finish it off. That's going to be a great score.
Yes, it is. 9.825 for Mia Heather, quarter of a tenth better than last week. And now Olivia Buckner got a 9.875 on vault. Last week on beam, 9.775. Season high, 9.875.
Olivia has really stepped up this year, and her gymnastics has been much more consistent. Little off center. Gonna be a balance check deduction. It'll be minuscule. Coach Tanya mentioned that it's like she's comfortable being uncomfortable now.
It's a good place to be.
Great jump connection right there. Hitting that 180 and taking her eyes completely off the beam in that double stag ring jump.
How much of a deduction are the two significant wobbles?
Yeah, that's gonna be her dropping the touch. She didn't touch the beam, so that's gonna probably be like another 1/10 and a half. Gonna hop on that dismount, so they are gonna probably want to drop this score. It's definitely not gonna be her best, but she had a good fight throughout the whole routine. She stayed on the beam.
Capable of going big. She has a career high of 9.9. Olivia Buckner. Ashley Gallen matched her career high, or season high rather, with a 9.85. Career high 9.925, and now Amanda Hargraves had a 9.5 on vault. She has been a regular in the vault and beam lineups, but floor is her best event. 8 of 10 meets this year, been at 9.8 or better last week. Career high 9.95. Amanda Hargraves.
Combination pass to start off. Beautifully done. I love that that Rudy lifted higher than that front lay.
And is a biochem major, minors in biology and business administration. Club gym, she was a math tutor for younger students.
Beautiful control on those leaps. On floor, they're looking for artistry, dynamic tumbling, the leaps, and control on landings. Combination pass to finish off.
Coach Mary Rice loving it. Amanda Hargraves.
Take another look at this last pass. It's a round off 1.5. Front lay. She got a little close to that line, but she made sure to stay in bounds. Great air awareness right there. Exactly what Coach Melissa said that this team is really good at.
All right, a lot of pressure on Cheek, Weaver, Lech, and Esposito after the 9.675 by Buckner, which is actually a little higher than I thought it could have been. And now here is Kaylee Cheek. Each of the past 4 weeks, she's followed a fall on bars with a strong beam routine. Career high 9.9 4 weeks ago.
Start off with a big test right here. For Sirius, the clay. No problem.
Made it look easy.
Yeah. That's exactly what balance beam should be. It should look effortless, and Kaylee does a great job making this routine look effortless.
Excellent teammate. Very positive and encouraging to her teammates.
Coach Tanya mentioned that she is one of the hardest workers on this team. And the coaching staff has to make sure she's doing quality and not quantity, because she will do numbers in the gym to make herself better. Back handspring, getting her full dismount. Holds on to it. I love that she made sure to get her chest up at the end of that dismount. Great way to pick up the momentum after Olivia's routine. Perfectly square. Look at her hips. Right in line with the 4 inches. And that dismount, you see how she snapped up her chest to make sure she's center and doesn't take an extra step.
Last 4 routines, 9.9, 9.825, a pair of 9.8s. That was a good one as well. 9.85 for Amanda Hargraves. And now Kylie Rorick, senior from Charlotte. Double majors, psychology, kinesiology. Been in the floor lineup for the past 3 meets. Her first 3 on floor this year. 9.9, 9.875, and 9.85 in that order.
Again, spectacular scores. Combination pass, punch front through to double tuck. She was a little under-rotated, so you see how she snapped into that lunge to make sure she didn't take a step forward. Again, this is a subjective sport, so the judges can decide whether or not to take an under-rotation deduction on that. Beautiful leaps, really extending past that 180 that the judges are looking for. Double pike. Much better landing on that one. And a lot more juice. I think that's still going to be a great score.
Kylie Rorick, senior for Denver, and a hug from Mary Rice.
Take another look at this first pass. She does a punch front through to double tuck, but you see she's a little, she like snaps into that lunge instead of lunging back. But she does a great job covering that. But these leaps are just spectacular, superb. A lot of juice on that double pike too.
9.9 for Kaylee Cheek, matching her career high. That after the strong exhibition routine on bars. She just continues to get better here in her freshman season. The sky's the limit for Cheek. And now Ellie Weaver, the senior, in her final regular season beam routine. Her last 2 meets posted a 9.75 and a 9.775. Season high 9.875.
Beautiful double wolf turn to start off. And I just love how she finishes each skill. Beautiful artistry, making sure to hit that 180.
2019 level 10 national champ on beam, Ellie Weaver.
Little off center on that front aerial. Had to bring her chest down. But so far, so good. She just got to recenter for this dismount. Round off 1.5 and nails it.
Yes, she did. Ellie Weaver. Saw the one wobble. Other than that, really good routine.
Yep.
And gets to raise the stick saw. The wolf turn. I love this move.
Beautifully done. Very smooth, and I just love her arm movements. Her artistry is just beautiful. Gotta nail that dismount.
9.825 for Kylie Rorick. Each of her last 4 routines been strong, but gone down by 1/4 of a tenth each time. Shaila Bhatia, 9.875 on vault, 9.85 on bars. Been in every floor lineup here in her freshman season. Carded between a 9.825 and a 9.925 in 9 of 10 previous routines. Really consistent.
Front tumbling pass. Her handspring to double front full. And I love that she snaps into that ring.
Was playing major psychology. Seems like a good one for a gymnast.
graceful leaps. You can just tell Denver really focuses on the leap training as well, making sure they're finishing the rotation all the way around. I love that acro move right there.
Feels like a skater.
Yeah. Great combo pass right here. Right handspring, Rudy, lay out to a straddle jump.
Entertaining routine. Shyla Bhatia, great showmanship.
Another look at her first pass. It's a front pass, but watch as she, after her double front full, she goes into that ring. And look at this acro move. So dynamic, so cool. Little wow factor in there. I love this combination pass too. Rudy lay out with 2 feet so she can get into that straddle jump before she ramps it up for a show-stopping ending.
Well done, Shyla. 9.8 for Ellie Weaver. First time she's hit 9.8 in a few weeks. And now Lauren Letch. Her final regular season beam routine. Pulled her story off in a heart condition that can lead to dizziness and fainting. And yet she's able to get up on that 4-inch wide beam and do this. It's truly remarkable.
Remarkable indeed. And even Coach Chania mentioned that watching her navigate her POTS diagnosis and coming into the gym and competing each week is phenomenal. You can tell this sport is something that she truly loves. And some issues with the front aerials. It's a little off center, needing to drop that chest to the side.
Senior day for Lauren Letch. Final regular season routine.
Beautiful jump combination, completely taking her eyes off the beam. She's a little off center on that full turn as well. She had to drop her arm, but she covered it really well. Again, you have to remember this sport is subjective. All about how you finesse, and beautiful finish to the routine. There's a front gainer full off the side of the beam.
Hug for Tanya Chaplin. That hug represents a lot right there, with all that Lauren has been through, with her coach helping shepherd her through things. Tell her teammates into that emotional moment. 9.875 for Shyla Bhatia. And now Madison Reitenbach. Got a 9.8 on bars, 9.875 on vault. The only all-arounder today for Denver. Junior from Hudson, Wisconsin, and flips gymnastics. Super consistent on floor. All 10 competitive routines this year scored between 9.85 and 9.925.
Very unique tumbling pass right there. Round off whip half to Rudy. Reminds me of former Georgia gymnast Courtney Coupette. Did that exact pass back in the day. Double tap to finish off. Beautifully done. Great control of that landing. Holding that lunge position.
Madison Reitenbach We've done the all-around in all but one meet this year. And we'll see her on beam as well.
I love that pass. Round off whip half. You don't see that very often in college gymnastics anymore. And great double tuck. I love how she keeps her toes pointed throughout that tuck too. All the love.
And now Sophia Esposito posted a 9.675 last week, a low score for her a couple of weeks ago at home. Hit a career high 9.95. 9.1 for Lauren Latch. So she got penalized quite a bit for those wobbles. They certainly don't want to count that. So some pressure on Esposito. Sophia Esposito, 9.9 on vault, 9.85 on bars. So you have to perform on this 4-inch wide platform, and you have to do so in front of 3,000 or 4,000 people, all looking down on you. Now, you didn't do a lot of beam, Janae, but it counts for the other apparatuses as well. How difficult is it to get the crowd out of your mind, or do you want to?
I think each gymnast is different. Some gymnasts do need to kind of stay in their bubble. You see the gymnasts that go off to the side to get in their zone, and then some do like a lot of energy. So it really just depends on the individual. But I do think once you kind of get out of the nervous mindset, the crowd actually helps you and they give you more energy and excited energy. I do believe Sophia benefits from that.
It's a huge moment for Oregon State today with Sophia Esposito. They need her to hit this after the previous routine.
Dismount round off double full.
Okay.
Just the slightest scooch back, but great way to bring back the momentum of this beam lineup.
They're going to have to count a 9.675.
I love that perspective, that view. It just gives you a good perspective of what 4 inches really looks like and how you have to stay completely center on that apparatus.
It's about keeping your spine right in line with it, isn't it?
Yeah, and your hips.
And your hips.
The hips, yep.
9.875 for Madison Reidenbach. That is a half a tenth off of her career high. And now the anchor, Cecilia Cooley. Got a 9.875 on bars. Last week a 9.95. Back in week 1, 9.975. With a little Sinatra in the background. Cecilia Cooley from New York City.
Love her floor music as an ode to her city. Little Empire State of Mind.
From Gotham Gymnastics, political science major. Last summer she interned with the United States Senate.
I love that her teammates do that choreography on the sidelines with her. They actually get on the ground.
It's incredible how they know everybody else's routine.
Beautiful combination pass into a pose. So beautiful. The tumbling was phenomenal. The leap, I mean, the switch half ring leap, very difficult to do. And that's why she's in the anchor spot.
An homage to her hometown, the Big Apple, Cecilia Cooley. Fun routine. And now an exhibition for Savannah Miller. She's never competed beam. She started her career as a floor specialist. She has shed that role this year, been regular in the vault and bars lineup, And here in her senior year, she's been training beam for years and getting to exhibition here.
Flick lay, she held on to it. I just feel like that's a theme of some of these seniors. I mean, from Cece Cooley to Savannah. I mean, to train in the all-around in your senior year, just have that consistent push to grow and contribute to your team. I know the coaching staff is proud of the legacy that they're leading.
For sure. Savannah, one of 5 seniors. We'll see her in the floor lineup.
Off 1.5. Beautifully done. And I know she's just so excited to see all 4 events in your final time in Gill as a senior, especially when you start off as a floor specialist. Truly so special.
Here's the dismount and the celly.
The celly.
That's what the cool kids say.
You are
cool
also
kid,
now cool. It's an intense chest bump right there.
Again, we'll see Savannah in the floor lineup. Excellent floor routine. And Paulina Vargas, a sophomore from Mexico City, as Benny looks on. Vargas has never competed beam in college. There are the floor scores. 9.925 for Cecilia Cooley. 49.375 on floor for Denver. That is 3 1/4 tenths off their high of 49.6 set on Monday. But it's enough to put them ahead by about 1/4 of a point, which heading into the final rotation again is like leading by about a field goal. Now, big sigh for Vargas, an important exhibition for her on beam. She competed beam for Mexico at the World Championships. Told prior to week 2 last year that she was close to entering the beam lineup. Never did crack it. She's exhibitioned on beam. Let's watch Paulina Vargas.
Flick lay, held on to it. Cat leap, front aerial, beautifully done. Again, on the balance beam, the judges are looking for effortlessness, hitting those 180 splits. Very difficult jump connection right there. As Paulina takes her eyes completely off the balance beam. Dismount. Gainer full off the side. That's exactly what this exhibition spot is for. To get competition reps under your belt so you're ready to come into the lineup whenever you need.
.9875 for Esposito, an important anchor after Lauren Lech had some struggles. And so 49.075 for Oregon State. You know they wanted better. That was 0.3 off of their high this year. But still, they hit 49. And they trail Denver by .275 heading into the final rotation. That is really close And so it's anybody's meet as Oregon State heads to floor and Denver heads to beam. Oregon State's gymnasts have a tradition here after the third rotation where they lead the crowd in a dance party. And so they're going to head over to the floor. By the way, the floor here, both the floor and the carpet atop it, are new as of a couple of weeks ago in preparation for the Corvallis Regional coming up here in 3 weeks. 4 regional sites across the country. Oregon State will host 9 teams. They'll be here as well themselves. And that'll be a great time here. In the meantime, final regular season meet, senior day, and the last regular season dance party.
Love how the whole crowd gets involved.
Benny and Ellie Weaver's dad as well. One of the great fight songs in college athletics, Oregon State. Sophia Esposito, the junior, she'll be here another year. And the seniors, including in the black, Jim McMillan. So Jim McMillan, Lauren Ledge, Francesca Casso, Ellie Weaver, and Savannah Miller, the 5 Oregon State seniors. Oregon State 49.075 on beam, not their best, but they did hit 49, and they're behind by just .275 heading into the final rotation. This should be fun. Ellie Weaver's father, Chad, emotional watching his daughter and her beam routine. He'll get to see her one more time here in the regular season on floor. That is a man who is into it. Come back stronger. His daughter hasn't been in the floor lineup since week 3 of the 2024 season. Suffered a knee injury that kept her out of any competition for most of 2 years, and it'll be a big moment for her on senior day. And meanwhile, the Pioneers head to beam, where they are 23rd in the country. We saw their floor rotation, which was 13th in the country heading into this one. 49.375 was .225 off of their best. Megan Arnold will lead matters off. Beam specialist here in her freshman year, has been in every beam lineup since week 2. A high of 9.925 at ASU on February 7th. And 5 days ago, Arnold had a 9.8. Missed all of last year with an injury and has a brace on her right leg. Let's enjoy Megan Arnold.
When I was speaking with Coach Melissa yesterday, she had mentioned that this whole freshman class, but Megan specifically, is really taking advantage of each opportunity she has to step into the competition setting, embracing the hole she needed to fill.
Wow.
Unfortunately, this lineup is starting off with a fall. But Rich, like you said, it's 6 up, 5 count.
But that puts a lot of pressure on Steele and Gallen, Reidenbach, Hargraves, and Cooley. Possible open door for Oregon State. Not that anybody in the building is cheering for that.
Combination front aerial to beat jump. Beautifully done there.
How difficult must it be with that brace on her right leg?
It does take some getting used to, but once you are accustomed to it, it doesn't feel like it's there.
That was her first miss in 10 beam routines this year. Megan Arnold, the freshman from San Jose and West Valley Gymnastics.
Another look. Side aerial. This is a very difficult series, and again, a very uncharismatic mistake, as you mentioned, Rich, is a first miss, but it is. She does a side aerial to back handspring, gets a side element to a back element, which is a very difficult combination to make, but she has made it look easy, and she just was off center this time.
And now Taylor DeVries, who had a 9.9 on bars, has been dealing with a minor shoulder injury, we told you. Been in the floor lineup 5 times this year. Last week a career high 9.8. A few weeks back made a change to her routine.
Beautiful 2.5 twist to start off. She'll sometimes put that at the end of her routine, but decided to switch it up today.
Maybe get the tougher one out of the way earlier in a tumbling pass?
Yeah, that could definitely be it for sure, because that is the hardest tumbling pass in her routine.
In the past, Taylor has tended to be hard on herself, but the coaches think that that's mostly behind her. Bodes well for her senior season next year.
Combination pass, round off 1.5 to front layout. Great control on that last pass. Really good way to start off this floor lineup.
Taylor DeVries. Beavs are off to a good start.
Her last combination pass. Look at the control she has on that lunge. And mic drop. I think it looks.
I think you're right. Jade Carey, 3-time Pac-12 Gymnast of the Year, 3-time Olympic medalist, 2 golds. Jade hit the gym slam, the 13th gymnast in history to have perfect 10s in her career on all 4 apparatuses. 9:07.5 after the first miss in Megan Almold's career here in her freshman season. So pressure on fellow freshman Abby Steele out of Modesto, California. Been in 6 beam lineups this year. I have 9.925 a month ago. Suffered misses her next 2 competitive routines. Been out of the lineup the past 2, but she did exhibition on Monday.
Beautiful front aerial to start off. Next is her series, flick lay. No problem there, finishing it with a smile. Beautiful jump combination, really hitting that 180 split. Just like her teammate Megan, she's finding where she can contribute. This is her first year.
Abby Steele in the wake of a teammate's fall, a Steele routine.
I like what you did there.
That's what I did, yeah. Abby graduated from high school a year early to join the team this year.
That's impressive in itself. Getting to college.
Taylor DeVries matched her career high with a 9.8. Beavs off to a good start as they look to come from behind and win this one. Olivia Buckner, 9.875 on vault, 9.675 on beam. Hit a career high on floor, 9.875 3 times this year, including 2 weeks ago at home. Co-captain Olivia Buckner.
To layout step out, beautifully done. He's done it to just a straddle jump, but decided to add an extra skill in there.
How much does that adding the extra skill help her score?
If anything, it adds to like the start value, right? But either way, she's going to have a 10.0 start value. It's just making sure the connections make sense.
Olivia Buckner, regular in the vault, beam, and floor lineups, and trains bars. She could be an all-arounder next year as a senior.
Front full, the front full. Very intricate but difficult combination front pass. But handles it with ease. That was a great routine.
Yes, it is. Strong start on floor for Oregon State, where they're 27th in the country. Last year they were 15th in the nation on floor.
This Rudy, it's a 1.5 twist into a back layout, step out. She had complete control of that lunge and made sure to lunge into that landing after that combination pass for her last pass.
Last week at Utah State, Oregon State a 196.15, their best road score. They had to count a 9.575 and a 9.675 on vault. Abby Steele, a 9.825. That's a 10th off her career high here in her freshman year. And now junior Ashley Gallen had a 9.85 on floor. A regular in the beam lineup after debuting last year. Had a 9.8 last meet. Her season high 9.85 in week 3.
Beautiful flick lay to start off. I love how floaty it is. Had a lot of time in the air. Speaking with Coach Melissa, she mentioned that Ashley's learning to compete each weekend, but her position in the floor lineup. She is the leadoff, which has really contributed to her confidence, which you can see on the balance beam.
Oh, that is really bad news for Denver. They led by .275 heading into this final rotation. They will have to count a fall. Door open for Oregon State.
Door has opened for sure, and she just wasn't center enough on that side aerial. Like she couldn't even put her back leg on to the beam, had to swing it to the side.
They had to count a 9.475 on beam on Monday. They posted a 48.85. They still hit 197.075. 9.85 for Olivia Buckner. And now Ellie Weaver. We saw how emotional her dad was. Hasn't been in the floor lineup since week 3 of the 2024 season. Suffered a knee injury that kept her out of any competition for most of 2 seasons. A big moment for her here on senior day in the floor lineup for the first time in 26 months. An incredible journey of perseverance.
Double tuck. Beautifully done. Really honed in on that landing. Switch half. Again, great leaps, and I love as she's doing this routine, I'm watching her dad right across from us film with pride.
As you should be. Ellie Weaver, a senior. Just the 4th competitive floor routine of her career. First 3 as a sophomore 2 years ago.
Going to be the first 3-pass floor routine we've seen in a minute. And it's like she's never left.
Ellie Weaver nails it on senior day in her return to the floor for the first time in 26 months. Dad, you have much to be proud of.
Like I mentioned, she does 3 passes in this routine, starting off with a double tuck. She hones in on that landing. I think you mentioned since week 3 of 2024.
Yes.
Yeah, she was.
Janae, I'm not crying. You're crying.
I am getting a little choked up, but I'm trying to hold it back.
I'm joining Dad. Great moment for Ellie Weaver. And now after the 9-1 by Ashley Gallen, Madison Reidenbach, who has 9.875 on vault, 9.8 on bars, 9.875 on floor. Coming off a fall on beam last week, her 2nd this year. 6 times this year she's hit 9.8 or above, twice hitting 9.9. And if you don't want to count a fall, you certainly don't want to count 2 falls.
Starting off her routine with the side semi, and Madison, she is very used to pulling the weight. Coach Melissa said she's pulled a lot of weight this year, never did all around also, and is now consistently in the all around spot, and she just really needs to settle those nerves and lock in. She has a few balance checks where she needs to stay on the beam. They need a good road score.
Love the luxury box right there by the beam. Several wobbles for Reidenbach. how tough it is to put out of your minds what your teammates did earlier in a rotation.
It is tough, but this is the moment where they really just need to trust their training and not add the extra pressure for themselves. Yes, it's important for them to hit the rest of this lineup.
And Reidenbach does hit, not her best. Career high 9.9 on beam. The 9.875 for Ellie Weaver. Wow, what a return for the first time in more than 2 years to the floor. And now Raina Marshall looking to bounce back from a 9.575 on vault. Last week on floor, 9.85. A couple of weeks ago, 9.875. And her career high 9.9 came 4 weeks ago here at Gill. Raina missed all of her freshman year last year with a knee injury. Raina Marshall, Las Vegas native. She's fourth in the lineup. If 2 out of 3 gymnasts hit, the Beavers will win this meet.
Starting off with a double tuck. Locked in. Beautiful leaps. Again, extending past that 180 that the judges are looking for.
Really a positive influence on her teammates. They love her energy.
Definitely got the energy on this floor exercise routine.
Crowd loves it too.
Last pass, round up 1.5, front lay.
Beavs putting together a strong floor rotation. Looking to come from behind and win this meet. Her leap sequence. Let's have a look at it.
Switch side half.
And you're in that category too?
I don't think so.
Oh, come on now.
I'm now
Closer than I am.
joined the 30 club, so I don't think I can. A new decade.
Can it be that long?
Oh,
Can it be that long ago? I was calling your UCLA meets.
I did say a decade. Last broadcast, you said, Janae, honestly, over a decade ago. I said, oh, yeah.
Yes. Matter of fact,
It hit my soul.
you hit your career high on vault the very first rotation of the very first meet I ever called.
I remember that day. Good day.
Amanda Hargraves had a 9.8 on floor. Been in 6 of 10 beam lineups this year, including each of the last 4. 9.875 on Monday was a career high, awaiting the score of Madison Reidenbach. I could see where the judges would have to get together because of discrepancies in there. It wasn't a miss, but there were several wobbles. Here's Amanda Hargraves.
She is stellar on this event. Amanda just needs to do her normal front aerial. back handspring, beautifully done. I love the sleep combination that she has coming up. Very impressive. She does a switch sleep into tour jeté. It's very rare you see a tour jeté on the balance beam. You usually see it on the floor exercise. But I just think Amanda has the most impressive leaps and jumps that I've seen in a while from a gymnast. Dismount, held on to that landing.
Hargraves, a junior from the Pacific Northwest, Woodinville, Washington, at Metropolitan Gymnastics.
That should be close to the score she received just on Monday. Look at this leap pass right here. Tour jeté quarter. She's a little off center right there, but again, she covers it up really well. I don't think that would count as a balance check, but again, great routine. She definitely did her normal.
9.875 for Raina Marshall, which was a quarter of a tenth off her career high. And now here is Savannah Miller. Each of the past 2 weeks has put up a 9.875, just a quarter of a tenth off her career high of 9.9, which she's done 9 times. Can she break that barrier in her final regular season home routine here on Senior Day?
Yes, punch run through the double tuck. Nails it. Again, you want to look at the lunge positions after each tumbling pass and their leaps. That was beautifully done too.
To repeat, career high 9.9, which she has done 9 times. Can she break through and get a 9.925 or better? Final tumbling pass. This will help tell the story. Wow.
Stunning. Yeah, she's definitely on track. She had complete control of both tumbling passes. Her leaps look great. I think we can expect a 9.9, maybe higher. We'll see what the judges do with it, but that, I didn't see much from that routine, much to take.
Many in the crowd got to their feet when the routine was over, and she gets the raise the stick saw. Savannah Miller.
Her first pass right here. Look at the complete control she has in this lunge. She just owned it. And same thing with this last pass right here. Gets right into that lunge position, making sure she's letting the nose. Judges, I'm in control of my landings.
Haha. I don't know if it's going to be that high, but she's trying to break that 9.9 barrier. And now, after the 9.6 by Reidenbach. By the way, if Reidenbach had gotten a 9.85, it would have been a new career high in the all-around, but she got a 9.6. Then the 9.8 by Amanda Hargraves. And now here is Cecilia Cooley. Regular in the beam lineup the last couple of years. 3 times this year she's hit her career high 9.925.
Cece has a triple series. And unfortunately, they're going to have to count 2 falls now. Very uncharacteristic mistake from Cece.
Did not expect this from them.
Going to be all about how she finishes this routine. Back handspring, getting her full.
It has been a rough beam rotation for Denver. Beavs already had this meet sealed even before that fall. Their 3rd of the rotation. Cecilia Cooley anchoring. Bit of a disappointment in my eyes, a 9.875 for Miller. I thought sure it would be at least the 9.9 that she's hit 9 different times, and maybe a 9.925.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Sophia Esposito now. 9.9 on vault, 9.85 on bars, 9.875 on beam. 9.9 on floor each of the last 2 weeks.
Turns front to double pike. Good control of that landing. I love the work of the OSU choreography into the routine.
Here's how good Sophia was a couple of weeks ago here. She's had several strong routines today, been good in everything. If she got a 10, it would leave her 3/4 of a tenth short of her all-around from 2 weeks ago. Sophia Esposito from Melville, New York on Long Island.
That is going to be a great score. Again, had great control of each of her landings. Her leaps looked great.
And her teammates coming out to celebrate with her. Career high 9.95, which she matched 4 weeks ago.
That last pass was just stellar. I'd love to see what the judges think of that. And just 9.95 from both judges.
9.95 for Esposito, matching her career high. That gives her a 39.575 in the all-around. And now here is Shyla Bhatia. Exhibition on beam. Performed just one competitive beam routine her in her freshman season in week 2. Posted a 9.825. Third time she's exhibition. I'm proud of myself, Janae. One of my favorite PGA Tour golfers has the same last name, but he pronounces it Bhatia.
Oh.
Akshay Bhatia. I've said Bhatia, I think, throughout for Shyla. So, Gilbertsville, PA native.
Dismount, round off 1.5, a bit under rotated.
I got to think she's a strong candidate for all-around moving forward.
Absolutely, yeah, she's definitely ready to come in on the balance beam for sure.
Oregon State a 49.425. And that is a 1/4 of a tenth better than their previous high this year. Their floor rotation is done. And Kiana Crabb exhibitioning, kind of seeking a rebound. At exhibition on floor the first 4 weeks. The stretch included the 9.925.
This routine is so much fun to watch. Got some Madonna and Justin Timberlake in the mix.
Crabb goes by Kiki. Had a kidney issue that kept her out of gymnastics for a while and gave Oregon State a call late in the process. Committed in June when she knew she'd be able to do this. Yeah, his father Chris attended Oregon State. Business admin major, wants to own her own gym, and coach gymnastics, Kiana Crabb.
She buckled a little bit on that last pass, but got it around to her feet. And I just love how fun that routine is. It's such fun choreo. Very high energy, entertaining.
One more balance beam exhibition. Sophia Hamp, sophomore from Leawood, Kansas. Biochemistry major. This is her third time exhibitioning this year. Did so 4 times last year. Well done.
Phenomenal series right there. Got so much height. You were asking me earlier, you know, what gymnasts need before they compete with a whole bunch of people watching him. And Sophia actually came right in front of us, had her headphones in, sweats on to keep herself warm. So she's definitely one that needs to go off to the side to stay in her zone and stay focused.
Sophia Hamp, on a day where her teammates struggled, they're going to have to count a 9-1, a 9.075, and a 9.6 at 3 falls. Sophia comes in an exhibition role and nails it. 47.4. Again, they have to count the 9.075, the 9.1, and the 9.6. They came in with a .275 lead into the final rotation, and the Beavers end up with the victory with the 49.425. They're high this year on floor by 1/4 of a tenth. So the Beavers get the win here on Senior Day.
What was that? Sorry.
And again for Oregon State, take a look at their final floor scores, with Esposito matching her career high with 9.95. Pretty good when you get a scratch a red line through a 9.8. And we're joined by Ellie Weaver. What an emotional moment for you, hitting the floor for the first time in 26 months. What was it like to be out there, and how did you corral your emotions?
It was truly a full circle moment for me. After I hit my first pass, I felt everything in that moment, and I was so excited because that's what I injured myself on the first time. And just hearing the crowd cheer and hearing my teammates cheer, it was just, I felt so loved and so excited, and it just propelled me through the rest of my routine. So it was really incredible.
We've been getting moments of your dad getting emotional as well. How has it been, him being here supporting you in your final meet at Gill, and how does it feel? Because you've had quite a bit of a journey struggling with injuries as well.
Yes. It feels like this is the best day for me to come back to floor. I've been working so hard on floor, especially, and there were moments in time where I felt like maybe I wouldn't have been able to come back, but each day in the gym I kept pushing, and over time I just improved, and I just was starting to feel so good, and today was just the best day that I could have come back. So.
Were there times when you wondered whether or not you'd be able to do this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would say about a month and a half ago, I just been training, and I just felt like things weren't going the way that I was hoping for them to, and it made me wonder if this was something that I could come back to. And my knee was in pain all the time, but yeah, at some point I decided if I'm going to come back, I need to be determined to come back, and I'm going to put everything I have into every practice every day to do that, and the hard work paid off.
What was your approach with your endurance? Because floor endurance is no joke. So you hadn't been in the floor lineup since week 3 of last year. So how did you get your endurance and really stay in? Because it didn't look like you missed a beat.
Yeah, preseason we had probably the hardest strength and endurance of my life. And honestly, that was really good for me because my knee was still really weak when I came back, and that helped strengthen my knee a lot. And I was able to be more comfortable doing my full routine and having enough endurance to finish it. So.
With the regional coming up in 3 weeks, do you feel like things are coming together for you and for your team?
Absolutely, yes. I'm excited to work with them for the next couple of weeks and to have a little bit of time to rest, but also time to get ready for regionals, and it's going to be good.
And maybe you don't want to think about this at this point, Ellie. By the way, are you graduating? Are you the one that's graduating at the end of this term?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I'll be graduating in spring.
Okay. So with Tanya saying that she really likes developing young women, getting them prepared not just for gymnastics, but for what's next in their lives. What's next for you?
Well, the current plan is to go home and work as a vet assistant. I wanted to be a vet, so I'm going to be taking a gap year this year and getting more vet hours, and then the current plan is to apply to vet school the following cycle. So.
Okay. I know you're going to do big things, Ellie. Congratulations on a great senior day here. Good luck in the regional.
Thank you.
All right, Ellie Weaver of Oregon State. That was big for her to come out and do that, and so emotional. I don't know how you rein in the emotions with being out there for the first time in more than 2 years with your family looking on.
I just even got emotional myself. I think, but just even watching her dad, you know, on the screen, and just, it's so real because, you know, you start this sport so young and seeing them like go throughout their career through the ups and downs. I mean, she struggled with some ups and downs even here, and just to see it come full circle, like she said, must be the most amazing feeling as a parent, and it just warmed my heart, and I just really truly did get choked up.
Yes, and her team ends up with the victory here today. How difficult was it for you to we'll talk about that in just a moment, how tough it was for you to kind of get over gymnastics. We'll be back with more. Chad Weaver, his daughter had a big day. It was a big day here for Oregon State. They hit 196.925, 3/4 of a tenth off of 197, which they had hit a couple of weeks ago. Denver led by .275, very close heading into the final rotation, but they struggled in their final rotation, their beam rotation, to just a 47.4. And senior day for 5 Oregon State gymnasts, and along with Janae Giannis, whose career ended a little less than a decade ago now. What was it like for you to transition from gymnastics to the rest of life?
It was hard, right? Because a lot of us do dedicate over 15 years to this sport, and I didn't want to coach, right? So I was trying to figure out, like, and I knew I wanted to get into this space, but to walk away from a sport you've like dedicated, you know, blood, sweat, and tears, and it's really weird. And I think that's why there's sometimes an identity crisis for a lot of student athletes who don't have a professional career out of it. Then you kind of got to transition into adulting. And I do remember, like, right after graduation, me and all of like my roommates, who were also my teammates, just kind of had to go to our rooms and really sit with, okay, so now we're becoming adults, what do we do now? And it's a hard moment, but then you kind of just have to come to reality and move with the punches, roll with the punches.
Janae was the Pac-12 co-bars champion 10 years ago. What if you tried to get up on bars right now? How would it go?
I would rip my shoulder. I always have to explain to people that gymnastics is not a sport like pickup basketball. You need like a good week or two to like get your body into the rhythm and the groove of, you know, putting that much strain on your shoulders and stuff. But yeah, I'll get on the tramp though. The trampoline sounds like a great time.
There you go. I'm always impressed with gymnasts, and I mean, this is true for all of college athletics. They say the way you do anything is the way you do everything. If you're going to approach your sport in a certain way, chances are pretty good, not 100%, but pretty good that you're going to approach your academics in that way and the rest of life. How did gymnastics prepare you for what you've done since then?
It's crazy because I was just speaking to Coach Melissa about this on my call with her, and me and my former teammate, Peng Lee, she just did her first like stage performance at an awards show, and we approached it in the same way we would approach a competition, right? Just like trusting our training, trusting rehearsals, and just letting our brains and our bodies know, like, it just take over, right? Like kind of taking your mind out of it. And I definitely have taken that through my adult life too, with work and time management. I mean, gymnastics, you're training 4 to 6 hours a day. And so you really just have to kind of take those little life lessons, and they're pretty much ingrained in us, right? So it's nice. I thank gymnastics a lot of the times. My body thanks me for being done, though, and retiring.
Well, thank you, Janae. And let's turn it over to our public address announcer, Brian Brooks, as the seniors for Denver got awarded roses by Tanya Chaplin. Let's listen in. Senior Day festivities and public address announcer, Brian Brooks.
Next, please welcome Clara Tarksey-Horna. Clara has been part of the program for 3 years. Currently majoring in kinesiology, Clara is off to Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri next fall to pursue her degree in physical therapy. Beaver Nation, Clara Tarksey-Horna.
Student managers getting their recognition.
Fans, make some noise one more time for Jackie and Clara. Have played a big part behind the scenes in making this program successful. Oregon State Gymnastics and OSU Athletics would like to take a moment to recognize a wonderful group of seniors who've combined for over 300 routines in the orange and black. The first athlete being recognized is Francesca Casso. Francesca entered today's competition with 26 hits and 32 career routines at Oregon State, all on the uneven bars. She earned a career-high 9.90 during the Beavs' home victory over number 4 Utah back in 2023, and earned another 9.9 against Utah State earlier this season. A 2025 Pac-12 Winter Academic Honor Roll selection, Casso entered today's meet with 5 scores of 9.8 or better in her last 6 appearances. Originally from Santa Monica, California, she's majoring in environmental science with a photography minor and will move home upon graduation to pursue jobs and internships this summer. Francesca is joined on the floor today by her parents, Beate and Mark, sister Isabella, and grandmother Sharon. Give it up for Francesca Casso. Next up, let's welcome Lauren Ledge. Lauren entered today's meet with 93 hits in 96 career routines, competing on vault, beam, and floor across her Oregon State career. After missing the 2024 season while battling back from a postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome diagnosis, Ledge has been a mainstay in the Beaver Beam lineup across the last 2 seasons, earning a career-high 9.95 against Air Force last season and averaging 9.840 on that event through her first 10 meets as a senior. Joined today by her parents, Beth and Bill, and brother Liam, the Golden, Colorado native will graduate from Oregon State with a degree in interior design and sustainability and will pursue a master's degree in sustainable business from the University of Colorado next year. Beaver Nation, one last time, some noise for Lauren Ledge. Next up, please welcome Jennifer McMillan. Jennifer has 65 hits across 71 routines as a Beav, competing in all 4 events and excelling particularly on bars and beam. With 60 career scores of 9.8 plus and 11 of 9.9 or better, McMillan has a pair of career best 9.95 scores on the uneven bars and earned a 9.925 for her beam routine against Fisk last season. A native of Charlotte, North Carolina, McMillan is majoring in political science with minors in Spanish and sports business. Joined today by her Aunt Carol, she aspires to attend law school and work in law when her gymnastics career is over. Fans, make some noise for Jennifer McMillan. Next up, let's hear it for Savannah Miller. Savannah competed predominantly on floor across her first 3 seasons, but has been a key part of 3 lineups for the Beavers this season, entering today's meet with 27 hits across 29 total routines on vault, bars, and floor. Across her 4 seasons, she earned a 9.9 for 9 different floor routines and tied a career high on bars at Utah State last week. Originally from Waterford, Michigan, Miller is a biohealth sciences major who plans to move home upon graduation and work for a year while applying for dental school. She's joined today by her mother Ruth, sister Mackenzie, aunts Rebecca and Judy, Uncle Robert, and cousin Evan. Fans, one last time for Savannah Miller. let's hear it for Ellie Weaver. Ellie had 38 hits and 45 career routines entering today's meet, including career highs of 9.925 on bars, 9.975 on beam, and 9.9 on floor. After a strong freshman season and quick start to her sophomore year, Weaver missed over a year due to injury, but returned to the NCAA Regional in 2025 and has competed on bars and beam in every single meet as a senior, holding a team high average on bars entering today's competition. A native of Battleground, Washington, Weaver is majoring in biology with a minor in chemistry. She plans to work as a veterinary assistant back home before pursuing her dream of attending vet school. Joined today by her parents, 5 siblings, brother-in-law, and a nephew, Beaver Nation, one final time for Ellie Weaver.
Janae, emotional times for all 5 seniors, but I think especially for her right there, after battling back from injury to finally get back on floor, her parents here, 5 siblings were here. It was great to see her come through the line. And likewise, Lauren Letch, who had come back from the heart issue, able to get back on beam this year. Emotional times here on senior day for 5 Oregon State athletes.
It truly is, and it's really cool to just look back on your years here.
It doesn't get much better than this. Spend too much time getting ready for this. These days it seems like I just can't miss, and I must confess, don't get much better.
Been through it all. They was praying on our downfall. We moved mountains, down the ball. Funny how they hate, then try to steal the song. Bounce back, I go lost. Staying out the way of the law. Fast lane on to make the boy drop jaw. Candy paint on it, make his girl drop draws. Whoa, let's celebrate. You ain't get money, then I can't rely. Like, I ain't never felt this good in my life.
Much better than this. Spend too much time getting ready for this. These days it seems like I just can't miss, and I must confess, don't get much better than this. Don't get much better than this. Don't get much better than this.
Fans, these 5 incredible student athletes have embodied what it means to be a Beaver during their time representing our program. Let's hear it one more time for your 2026 Oregon State Gymnastics seniors.
We should mention that last year Lauren Letch went through these ceremonies and was able to come back.
Yeah.
On the left there is Jennifer McMillan. She missed the entire season with a foot injury. She could be back next year, and they would particularly like to have her on bars and beam.
Absolutely, and I think it is important to always celebrate, you know, them in their 4th year, and then whether it's an injury or something that kept them out, then why not experience it again, you know, and get the chance to fully compete in your full year. And it's always the video that gets the waterworks going. I know we saw people in the crowds getting emotional, but that was such a beautiful tribute. And I just can't believe that some of them are going to not be here next year. Like Savannah Miller, anytime we were speaking with Tanya, I'm like, she's still here, I feel like.
Forever, right?
I know, yeah, but it's only been 4 years. So I'm excited to see what they continue to do. And, you know, it's going to be really special. So, but season's not over. It's just the last time in Gill. So.
Right. And a rare time when you celebrate Senior Day, but in gymnastics anyway, when you get to have a postseason event here in your home digs, and they will 3 weeks from now. There are 4 regional sites, only 4 across the country, and Oregon State will be hosting one of those here at Gill as 8 other teams come in.
Yeah, that'll be really cool, and also really beneficial to them too, because they'll be, you know, on kind of home field advantage, right? So they won't have too many nerves going on, and then, you know, they also have some time, like they mentioned, to build, and they have finals this week, so they can focus on that while they have this little bit of a gap before regionals.
More tears for the Lech and Weaver families, among others. And Oregon State hitting 196, 925, 3/4 over the 10th off 197. That was their second highest score this year.
Yep. Yeah, I think Oregon really came out and did what they wanted to do. They reached their goal. They were dialed in all their landings and really brought it back to technique. Denver just has, you know, I think they just need to trust their training. Speaking with Coach Melissa, she wanted to make sure they were staying in the moment and not focusing on external forces. And so I think this is just going to be a learning lesson for them going forward.
Yeah, they hit just 195.15 after 5 days ago, hitting 197 for the first time this year. Oregon State, meanwhile, again, 196.925, their second best score this year. They will host the regionals here at Gill, April 2nd through the 5th. Should be a lot of fun. Hope you can make it out. For Janae Honest and our entire crew, been a great season out here. I'm Rich Burt. The Beavers knock off Denver 196.925.